Hello children, and welcome to today's Bible story. We're looking at something from the Old Testament today, from the book of Deuteronomy. And that is right at the front of the Bible, and Deuteronomy is the fifth book coming in from the front. And it's at a time when Moses is getting people ready to go into the Promised Land. Now, not everyone will go into the Promised Land. Many people had not loved God as their God. They hadn't obeyed his commandments and trusted in him. And so nobody over the age of 20 will go into the Promised Land, except for Joshua and Caleb. So let's look a little deeper into this story, shall we? Moses had reminded the people of the very good things that God had done for them. That when they were captive in Egypt, when they were slaves there, and life was very harsh, God had rescued them. He had sent Moses to lead them out of Egypt. When they came to the Red Sea, with the Egyptian soldiers chasing them, God had caused the Red Sea waters to part. And the people could walk across in safety. God had led them as a pillar of cloud during the day, and as a pillar of fire at night. And when you were in the desert, and it was so dry, and there were snakes and scorpions, and there was no water, who gave you water from a hard rock? And when you were hungry, who gave you manna to eat? Now manna was a special food from God, and the people collected it fresh each day. And it was to keep them healthy and well fed while they were in the wilderness. So Moses tells this new generation of God's people who will go into the Promised Land that it will be a good place. He tells them the land has rivers and pools of water. The land has wheat, barley, vines, fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey. And it's a land where you'll have plenty of food. And their silver and their gold will increase as well. They will build very nice houses for themselves. They'll have lots more sheep and cattle. It will be a good life. But it will be so easy for them to think that they did this all by themselves. And so Moses reminds them that you might say to yourself, I am rich because of my own strength and power, but remember the Lord your God. It is he who gives you the power to become rich. So Moses had reminded them about all the times that they had been through the desert from Egypt, about the times that God had been there for them and comforted them and looked after them through all the hardship. He wants them to be God's people still, to keep his commandments, to walk in his ways, to trust God, and to love him as their God. Because, of course, everything that they have is given by the hand of God. Wasn't that a great story? I believe eating manna is like eating wafers with honey. Yummy. Now, Moses is old, and he won't go into the Promised Land. But isn't it great that he reminds God's people just how special they are to God? They will meet many new people on their travels. But the commandments and the love they have for God will set them apart from all other people. It will show that they are God's people. Just as today we show that we are God's people too. So shall we sing our song now? It's all about grace.